Hi everyone, welcome back to Discover and Learn. In my previous video, I've spoken about how you can come up with new sentences in English or how you can build sentences in English. And I told you there are two parts or two components of coming up with a sentence in English. First is vocabulary and the other is sentence structure. So I've given you four different methods of how or four different steps of how you can come up with a sentence in English step by step. Right? Starting with vocabulary and coming up with simple sentences, then adding more details and then joining 2 or 3 sentences into one. Apart from this, I've also spoken about phrases. If you're a beginner, if you want to get in the habit of speaking in English, what you can also do is you can start with phrases. There are lots of English phrases which you can use, which is used as it is, which is a complete sentence. You don't have to come up with your own sentence. These are a complete sentence in its own. So what you can do is start collecting 5 phrases every single day and start speaking it in your daily life. Start repeating it. Start using it in your natural situations. Okay, so this will help you to speak English naturally. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about different situations in which you can use these ready-made phrases and you can start speaking in English by just using these phrases. I'm going to simplify it for you. I'm going to give you situations and where you can use these phrases. But your task is every single day start collecting 5 phrases and start using it in your own situations. This is how you will start speaking English naturally. Okay, so guys, on that note, welcome back to my channel. I am your communications coach and a soft skill trainer by profession, and I'm here to help you out with all your communications problems and to help you speak English fluently and confidently. But if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, quickly subscribe my channel, like and share my videos, do write your comments in the comment section, and do not forget to press the notification icon so that you get all my videos on time, free of cost, and access to all the amazing content on this channel. What you have to do is stay tuned, stay connected, and watch my entire video to master this skill. My previous video was a very interesting one. Do watch it if you get time. You will know how to come up with sentences in English. Now coming back to this session, I'm going to talk about certain situations in which you can use phrases to speak in English. You don't have to use anything, you just have to memorize these phrases or just keep on repeating these phrases so that it gets into your memory and you can use it as it is in different situations. Okay, so the first situation is when you meet somebody, what should you say? How you can talk in English just by using phrases. Okay, so when we meet people, the first thing we do is we say hello, hi, right? Good morning, good afternoon. We greet that person, right? So this is a phrase. Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. So this is the first thing. The second sentence which we use is how are you? This is another phrase. So you can always, when you meet somebody, you can always say, hi, how are you? Hello, what's up? Hi, how's it going? What's new? Hey, what's new? Hi, how is everything? Or how are things? How is life? Another one is, how is life treating you? When you meet somebody after a long period of time, you can always say, how is life treating you? Another one is, what have you been up to recently? What have you been up to recently? Which means, what have you been doing recently? What was your engagement recently? Where were you busy? This is what it means. Okay, so these are the phrases which you can use just to ask somebody, how are they? Right? How are you? What's up? How is life? How is life treating you? How are things? What have you been up to recently? How it's going? How is everything? Etc. etc. These are very common phrases which you can generally use when you meet people and you can just speak to them. Okay, in this way. So this is very clear, right? Now the next thing is, how do you respond to this? If somebody approaches you and he or she asks this question to you, how will you respond to it in English just by using phrases? Okay, the first one is, I am fine, thank you, how are you? This is the first instant reply we say, right? I am fine, thank you, how are you? Or pretty good. I am pretty good. Or we can say not great. If you're not very happy with things, if you're not doing good, you can always say not great, or not so great, or could be better. Okay, you can always say could be better, or you can say same old, same old, same old, which means just as usual. Okay, there's nothing new. It's just same as usual. Another one is, you can always say, if everything is going good and you don't have any complaints, you can say can't complain. Okay, everything is well, everything is fine. So you can say can't complain. Okay, so this is another phrase which you can use just to respond to how are you. Okay, how is life treating you? How are things? How is everything at your end? Okay, so you can always say all these things. Isn't it simple, guys? Just collect these phrases and start using in your own sentences, in your own situations, to just sound fluent and natural in English. Start with this and you will see a lot of difference in your speech, in your communication skills, in your English fluency and confidence, for sure. Okay, so these are two situations. Another situation is how to say thank you to people. Whenever we meet somebody, if somebody has said something to us, good, somebody said good words for us or has helped us, we always say thank you. So how do we respond to thank you? Just by using phrases. The first one is thank you. I really appreciate it, or I really appreciate that. If somebody has helped you, you can always say I really appreciate it, or I really appreciate that. Okay, I'm really grateful. I am grateful to you, or I'm really grateful. Just to say thank you. If you want to skip thank you, you can just put in these phrases in front of people to say thank you. That's so kind of you. Instead of being busy, you helped me. That's so kind of you. He was also busy, but still he took out time to help you. So you can say that's so kind of you, that you took out time to help me in spite of being so busy. Okay, so this is how we use common phrases to say thank you. Now the next situation is how to respond to thank yous. Right? When people are saying thank you to us, how do we respond to it? What do we say? First one is you're most welcome. If somebody says thank you, you can say you are most welcome. Or you can say no worries. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. So we can say this also, that's absolutely fine, or that's okay. You don't have to thank me, which means that. Okay, so that's okay, or that's fine. Or you can say no worries. My pleasure. Another one is, which is very nice, elegant one, is my pleasure. Somebody's thanking you for something which you have done to that person. You can always say my pleasure. Another one is anytime, which means you are ready to help that person anytime. That's okay. You are ready to help him or her anytime. So you can say anytime, which means that you are responding to thank you. You're saying you're welcome, or you don't have to say anything. I am there for you. Okay. So these are some phrases which will help you to respond to thank you. Okay. Every day we get into these kind of situations, right? So start using these phrases to sound natural or sound like a native in English. Now, take it as an activity or a practice session, guys. Okay, this is also a practice session. If you start practicing in this way, you will be able to recall sentences, you will be able to recall situations, you will be able to speak in English. Okay, when such situation comes, if you start using your brain and if you start recalling everything, and if you are able to recall each sentences and phrases, it will be a great help for you, right? Which means that your brain is also processing this information. Your brain is also helping you to respond back in English. Okay, in that situation. So just to start thinking in English, or just to start helping your brain to recall information in English, this is a practice session. Take it as a practice session and start practicing these phrases in different situations. Once you start doing this, when you start registering all the information, once your brain starts registering all the information in English, and it will start processing it, and it will start helping you to speak in English, okay, without translating, which means you can start speaking in English, or you have started speaking in English. Okay, and then take it ahead. Okay, another situation is when you're talking or having a conversation with people, and if you want to agree with that person, like somebody has said something and you feel like that he's right or she's right, and you want to say that yes, I agree with you. How do you say that? Just by using phrases. So the first one is I agree. The second one is exactly, or absolutely, or oh, that's so true, or that's right. I couldn't agree more, which means that you are right. I agree with you. So you can say couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Okay, so these are some phrases which you can say just to show your agreement, just to acknowledge that. Okay, just to show that you are also on the same page. Exactly. Absolutely. That's true. I agree 100%, or I agree with you. Okay, couldn't agree more. You are right, or that's right. So these are some phrases which you can say to express yourself, to express your agreement, right? Now, in the same way, when you disagree with something, somebody is talking about something and you don't feel that this is right, or you haven't experienced, you have a different experience in that situation. How do you say that? Right? So these are tricky situations. You can't directly say, no, this is wrong. You can't be rude. So how to be polite and show your disagreement? How you can talk about it? Let's discuss that. Let's talk about some phrases which will help you to be polite, in the same way disagree with the person. The first one is you can say, I'm not sure about it. Or the second one is, not necessarily. Or that's not how I see it. Or that's not the case. Or that's not the case with me. Just to clear everything. That's not the case with me. Which means that you have a different experience, right? Or that's not how I see it. Or I'm not sure about that. Or not necessarily, simply not necessarily. Or I can't agree with you here. Or I can't agree with you at this point. Generally in team meetings or some discussions where we are discussing about a future plan or something. So we have to show our disagreement also. So we can always straightforwardly say, okay, so this is a very polite and the right way of showing your disagreement. So start using it also in your daily life situations to practice English speaking. Now, another situation is when we want to end a conversation. This is very difficult part. We can't abruptly end any conversation and we can say, okay, now bye, I'm going. We can't say this. We have to be polite. We have to acknowledge that situation. We have to see how we can end that conversation in a polite note, in a good note, right? How do we say that? Let's use some phrases to express or to end a conversation politely. The first thing you can say, Well, it was lovely chatting with you. Okay, right. I need to get going. I need to get off. Okay. It was lovely meeting you. See you soon. I'll catch you later. So, you can end the conversation also and you can say goodbye at the same time. Okay, so I'll club these both situations in one and I'll use some phrases which will help you to end the conversation and say goodbye to people. Okay, so the first thing is, well, it was lovely chatting with you. See you soon. Okay, next is, right, I need to get going or I need to get off. Catch you later. Or you can say, I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Or take care. I'll see you soon. Take care. I'll catch you later. Or I'll talk to you later. Bye. See you soon. Have a good day. Have a great day. Or have a nice day. Okay. So these are the phrases which you can use to just end the conversation politely and say goodbye to people. Okay, so start using, see, these situations are everyday situations. We get into these situations every day. So if you start remembering these phrases, we start practicing these phrases in our own daily life situations, it will be much easier for us to start helping our brain to start thinking in English and will start recalling sentences in English. So once you start getting into the habit of thinking in English and recalling sentences in English, it will be much easier for you to speak in English. You can speak about anything on any topic, anywhere with anyone. So these are starters basically. You start getting in the practice of, activating your brain to think in English, recalling things, processing information, and helping you to speak in English. Okay, so once you're confident about using these phrases in different situations in front of people, you will definitely be able to speak in English on any topic with anyone, anywhere, anytime. So guys, that's it for today. I'll see you in my next session. Until then, keep learning, keep speaking, keep watching, and keep exploring. See you. Bye-bye and take care.